vegetarian here. I am on vacation with my family, and of course, you know, being on vacation is always a blast, relaxing and just kind of re-energizing. And I feel that way especially at the beach. You know, you get to have the sun go on your skin and get that vitamin D. You get to go in the water, and it just feels so cleansing and just reestablishing yourself. And I always thought that just meant because you are with nature and you're with family and you're just having fun. But as I get older and as I get to know more about our bodies and health, I think that a lot of it has to do with energy. And I'm not one to believe in energy. I'm a Christian and I believe in God. But I do think that we're energetic beings. We're made out of atoms with electrons and protons. And I think science is emerging to realize how much importance that is. And I think grounding is actually something that's legit. So for those that don't know much about grounding, it's when you place your feet on the ground, on the earth, and it's supposed to kind of balance our bodies. That being said, what that means is, you know, with our toxic world, we tend to develop more protons in our body, and Earth has a little bit more of a negative charge to it. I mean, think of all the minerals and so forth. So with that negative charge, it kind of resets us to a more neutral state. Some ways that we can become more positively charged is with free radicals, and free radicals are everywhere. You know, we always hear about free radicals, something we need to avoid in our bodies. Antioxidants is a great way to get rid of free radicals, and it does this with vitamins via changing the electrical charge of that free radical, and therefore changing its ability to not be that inflammatory process to our bodies. So here on the beach, not only is it just resetting an emotional, relaxing state for all the reasons that we know what the beach is about, it's even doing more than that. It's recharging our bodies back to where it needs to be. And then you've got the water. The water does the same thing, and the water is especially neat when you're out in the ocean, if you can see it out there, is that it has minerals in it, and it has magnesium, higher amounts of magnesium. So there we go. We all need magnesium, and we get to experience God's creation and grab some magnesium along the way, and enjoy some relaxing sleep tonight due to the magnesium. And also with the ground and with the sand, not only are we getting that negative charge, but we're also getting minerals there. You know, it's all a bunch of broken down rocks and seashells, and so you're getting your calcium and all of that good stuff too. One thing to mention is, you know, now that we live in conventional society, we don't get our hands dirty in the earth like we used to. We don't get our feet in the dirt like we used to. And, you know, we wear shoes everywhere. We live off of cement. We walk on cement. We live on cement. And so, you know, some of us don't get to actually experience the ground, the earth, on a day-to-day basis or even a year-to-year basis. So I think all of us, when we get to experience true nature, should be taking our shoes off and just experiencing God's earth and God's creation. We went to the Great Salt Flats a couple months ago, and it was beautiful, you know, the sea of white. But what most people were doing is they were looking at it and taking pictures. And what my family did, all of us, including kids and babies, is take our shoes off and walk in that salt. I mean, how cool is it to earth in salt and all the minerals that it creates, it has in it. One thing to mention is Grounding is, I think, an important aspect to living healthy. It's definitely not a concept I thought would be something I would be doing. You know, being healthy is eating fruits and vegetables, right? But it's more than that. But we can't just ground wherever we want to, like in our backyards or on the beach, or sorry, not the beach, but like on parks and those places, because, you know, what do they use? They use glyphosate, they use Roundup, they use man-made fertilizers, do things that you don't want in your body. So you have to be cautious where you ground. Also in cities, there might be underground wires that is not something that you want to ground your body on. So I tend to wait until I'm out in nature, at streams, mountains, hiking, you know, the ocean, places that are untouched natural state to ground. And I think that being said, we should all be trying to get towards nature as much as we can, because it's relaxing, it's enjoyable, and it grounds us, right? And it just gives us better energy and state of mind, and just refreshes us. I think it's healthy for us, for our bodies and mind as well. So I hope you enjoy learning a little bit more about grounding, and I'm going to enjoy putting my feet in the sand and putting my feet and body in the water and just enjoying all of its benefits. Bye-bye for now.